Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back with, yes, you heard it right, my first review for The Plague Season 3. Yes, so we are in Season 3 of The Plague, and I am just so happy, but also very surprised at the same time. So, I want to explain real quick before we get into the review. Yes, I still will be finishing up my Season 2 reviews, but I mean, the episode just came out for The Plague Season 3. I mean, come on, you gotta review it. I mean, really, just right away. It's you can't really wait. I couldn't, at least, so I just can't wait to get into what happened in this first episode of Season 3 of The Plague. However, so, even though that is true, this episode was actually posted earlier than it was supposed to. This episode was supposed to be released on May 13th, and it's May 5th as I'm recording this video. It was posted last night, and really funny story, actually. I was just kind of scrolling through YouTube, just watching some random videos. All of a sudden, I see The Plague Season 3, Episode 1, Keep You Alive. And I'm like, at first I'm like, what? Did he post like a sneak peek or something? I was like, okay, did he post maybe a sneak peek? And then I'm like, it's 11 minutes. How is a sneak peek 11 minutes? I'm like, duh, it's not. It's the episode. And so I start watching it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the first episode of The Plague Season 3. It didn't clue into me until I started watching it. So, yeah, that was super unexpected for me. Very excited to talk about it, because this was a really awesome premiere. Now, in terms of the premiere, how do I feel about this premiere compared to, the pilot or the Season 2 premiere? I would actually say that this does beat the Season 2 premiere. Now, that first episode, though, the pilot, that one, in my opinion, is just amazing, because that's the first episode. However, you could make a case that this one was slightly better, because this episode was really good. So, basically, you start this episode, you've got Anthony and Derek, of course, his son, and we actually get to see quite a bit of dialogue, actually, between them two in this episode. And also, because, now, yeah, this episode right here of The Plague, it's just, when you start the actual episode, you're like, holy smokes, it's been like 2 years, a lot of things have changed, and we actually, from our core group, we only see three. We only see Anthony, we see John, and we see Derek. And, in terms of that, I mean, that's cool. But we still haven't seen, there's tons of other characters we haven't seen. We haven't seen Blake, of course. We haven't seen just a couple other characters mixed in around this community here. So I'm really interested to see when we're going to see them. Is it, in the next episode or episode 3 maybe or something like that? But I am just super hyped about The Plague right now. So they decided they're going to go on a run. And I did like when Anthony was kind of like, well, you can't go on my motorcycle because I haven't taught you how to drive yet. And he's just like, well, you haven't taught me. And then Anthony's like, exactly. So Anthony does have some gray in his beard a little bit too. It's very obvious that it's been a little bit since the end of Season 2 and the beginning of Season 3. It's been 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe. However, honestly, you could even make a case it was 3 years, but I'm going with 2 years because that's what it said at the end of Season 2 there. So, really though, absolutely loved this episode. Now, I was also very happy because when you see them guys, them three, they go out on a run. And they go to this, school or whatever, and Derek, he makes it seem like he misses high school or something like that. Anthony's just like, or John is just like, you miss school, kid? Really? And it's just like, act like you're 21 then, or something like that. So, just some cool conversations between them three, mainly though, Anthony and Derek. So, I love their, conversations in this episode. It was really cool. I can't wait to see more of that. So, but we might not see too much of it though in the next couple episodes at least, so, because Anthony's actually captured right now. So, anyway, so then we of course get, now also this scene right here I just absolutely loved. They're just kind of like, they're talking, it's pretty normal. They kind of, it's like, it eases you in, and then it's like, no, you're not, no. There's these people here, and Anthony and the others have to run, but Anthony gets separated, and he has to get in this car with a couple of, first, they start shooting at, there's at least about 20 guys probably. Anthony starts shooting at them, they start shooting back at them, and it's really cool. And of course, John and Derek are just kind of separated from Anthony. Anthony does escape from those guys that were shooting at him. At least half of them, which are dead from Anthony. And then, of course, we get the random stranger, so to speak, that captures Anthony, which we find out is Kevin. So that is really cool. So Kevin is one of Victor's guys, and we get to see a brand new villain in this episode who is called Victor. But of course, also, we have the sequence with John and Derek where they actually get captured as well. And, well, not captured, but they have to take this guy Diego, which is another member of Victor's group, to their camp. Now, I do like this because Diego, it's he is almost maybe the right-hand man for Victor. That's the sense I'm getting. And he is bringing, of course, them to have to lead Diego's group, which is kind of part of this bigger group that Victor has, to their camp, of course, which is really unfortunate, seeing how really these last 2 years they've had peace. So, no more peace anymore, it doesn't look like. So, of course, Anthony gets taken back to their community, and I do believe this is exactly their community. This is where they're staying at. And it's very interesting because, we get to meet this Victor guy, and right away, Kevin, he didn't ask him if he was Anthony or not. He didn't ask him if he was the leader. And, I'm guessing that Victor wanted to make sure that he's capturing the leader. Apparently, it's really important that they capture the leader, not, another member. Maybe it's very important. We'll see why it's so important that it has to be Anthony. We'll have to see. Is it because he's the leader and they want to use him as leverage against the group if they don't cooperate or something? That's probably what they're going to be doing. But these guys are, they're bullies. I mean, they're definitely bullies. However, really in this situation, groups have to do whatever they have to do to survive. But still, this is a new group of villains, and we're going to obviously see a lot of stuff play out probably in the next couple episodes and that kind of deal. So anyway, Anthony, he of course is captured, and then Kevin has to go down into the pit of plague people. And because he didn't do the right thing, he captured him, but he didn't ask all the questions that were necessary. So obviously, it looks like Victor is very picky about the situation here. He wants to make sure he did exactly what he asked him to do. So if he just screws up one time, that's it. So that's one thing. But I really think that in this episode, though, when you see what happens with Anthony, he gets put into the storage container or whatever. I do like this because if Victor's even making sure, he's like, your name's Anthony, right? And then he pretty much locks him into this storage container. And just when I thought, oh man, this episode's insane enough, we get a huge cliffhanger where basically he is stuck in this storage container with Scott. Now, how the heck did Scott get there? Has he been in there for 2 years? Did he leave the community and then get captured right away after the season 2 finale, and then he's been there this whole time? Because we've actually, funny story too, we've never seen Scott's actual face before, so that is something I'm very happy about too. But just leaves off on a really crazy cliffhanger. So overall, I thought this was a fantastic season premiere, and I really just think that this show, honestly, with Walking Dead not on right now, yeah, we got Fear on right now, but I feel like every year, when I'm watching Fear, I just don't feel like it's enough. This does fill that kind of, just excitement of watching a TV show again. This right here, The Plague, I'll be honest, it's just, honestly, I'm enjoying this more than Fear. I'll be honest. I'm enjoying this more than Fear the Walking Dead. Now, that says a lot, to be honest, because, Fear the Walking Dead is in its 4th season. And, seriously, The Plague is that good to me. It really is, because Fear, seriously, look at where The Plague started. The first, 2 seasons and first episode of the 3rd season, compared to the first 2 seasons and the first episode of season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, I'm sorry. For me, that's not even comparable. I gotta go with The Plague. So, I just absolutely love this premiere. Can't wait to see what they've got in store for, of course, the rest of this season. The new group, of course, Anthony is going to be stuck with Scott, and just absolutely cannot wait to see episode 2, which does, it is going to be over a week because this was an early release date. It is going to be on May 20th, if I'm correct there. So May 20th will be the return, episode 2, and then from then forward till episode 8, it'll probably be, every week and all that kind of stuff. This was just a special, early release, and I really appreciate it. It was really cool. So, there's your review on S3E1, man. I absolutely love this premiere, and can't wait to see what you've got for the rest of the season, because this season is just off to probably the best start of a season of The Plague so far, in my opinion at least. So I want to hear your comments now for what you think about The Plague Season 3 premiere, and of course I will be back for maybe an episode 2 predictions. I mean, really. That would be fun. So we could do that every week, just like we do Walking Dead. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.